Morning. It's the Old Navy Chief coming to you today from my home port here in Northeast Alabama. Just sitting here enjoying my first cup of coffee. I want to talk to you today about supplying food for a long-term hike. And by long-term, for us this week is 5 days. We're leaving tomorrow, going back to Georgia. And we're going to do the section where we left off from Long Creek Falls, and we're going to hike up to Neal's Gap. We're going to do about 26, 27 miles in 4 days of hiking. I try to limit my distance to about 6, 7, 8 miles a day. I have this artificial knee and I have an artificial hip. So with the 35-pound pack and the dog, found out that 8 miles max is going to be my distance that I cover. I could probably push it further, but tweaked my hip a little bit coming down Springer this past week. Have an artificial left hip. Actually, I had 2 of them, so I've got to be a tad bit more careful than when I was 18. But today I'm going to talk to you about the food that I'm going to take for the next 5 days. Average person eats about 2 pounds of food on the trail per day. Usually burn about 6,000 calories, especially in this humid weather. Forecast for this week still going to be in the 70s and the 80s, even up at the higher elevations. A little bit chance of rain. So we're planning about 2 pounds of food per day. My son-in-law, Richard, he's going to be accompanying me again this week. So I'd like to show you some of the food we're going to take. Of course, we love our mountain house. This is Wise, but it's a dehydrated meal that you cook in the pouch. This is cheesy lasagna. You boil your water, and I'm going to show you my jet boil here in a minute. But we like the mountain house, the Alpine Air, Backpacker's Pantry. Any of the backpacking meals. They're low weight, they taste great, easy to pack. And also some of the sides we're taking, the Knorr's rice. This is white cheddar queso. Really nice. Would go with a supplementary meal. And also this week is a special week for me. I'm going to be celebrating my 65th birthday up on top of Woods Hole Shelter. On Thursday night, I turned 65. So I've ordered some special meals for my son-in-law and I. This is a dehydrated ribeye steak from Nooker's. Get them online, 6 ounce. You rehydrate it with beef broth or sort of a bouillon cube. Let it rehydrate about 4 hours in the pack. Then you put it on the campfire or the grill. And the reviews, they say, are just spectacular. One guy said he couldn't tell, he just didn't buy it at the butcher shop that day. So this, along with some mashed potatoes and gravy. And then to top it off with some dehydrated ice cream from Mountain House. This is a Neapolitan ice cream. It's what the astronauts eat in space. So that's going to be my birthday party up on the mountain. For breakfast, I like to take oatmeal, and I'll put my oatmeal in the Ziploc bags, but I supplement it. I put in powdered milk, brown sugar, walnuts, raisins, and I'll put my hot water in here, and I put it in my cooking pouch. This cooking pouch right here, a DIY, did it myself, out of some thermal reflective material. And what we do, we take our mountain house, we put it in here, we put in the boiling water, we close it up, and then we wait 7 to 10 minutes. And we have a nice toasty meal. So anything that I want to heat, I just put the hot water in it, then I put it in my cooking pouch. Lunch usually consists of a whole wheat tortilla and these individually wrapped crunchy peanut butters from Jif, plus some jelly. Makes a great lunch, you know, gives you a quick boost and you're on your way. Now, as you can see, I have various protein bars. I have a peanut butter chocolate Lar bar. I have a Marathon energy bar that Snickers makes, really good. I'm going to be taking some Kirkland nut bars that I get from Costco, packed full of protein. Then of course, it wouldn't be a hike without the Cliff bars. This is white chocolate macadamia nut Cliff bar, excellent. Very good, very energy laden. I also like to carry sardines, different types of sardines. This one's in mustard sauce. And sometimes I'll put those on the tortilla, get a quick jolt of protein. A lot of people, they don't care for sardines, but being a squid and being, you know, I used to eat a lot of sardines on board ship, sardines and crackers, especially in rough weather. I've been through 3-4 hurricanes, and they shut the mess hall down and you eat what you eat. I usually ate sardines and crackers. Of course, some of the new sailors, once they smelled the sardines, they pretty much got a little sicker. But that's what it is. I also carry some MRE accessory packs. This is baked snack cracker that I took from an MRE. And MREs are meals ready to eat that we had in the military. A lot of you are familiar with them. And then here's some pretzels, just a quick snack. Also going to be carrying a couple little bottles of JD number 7. I found that sleeping on the ground with an artificial hip, even on an air pad, is not pleasant. But a little nightcap before I go to bed helps me sleep a little bit. So it beats the pain pills, which don't take. So a little of the old Jack Daniels made up in Lynchburg, and here's a plug for them. If you've never been to Lynchburg and you're passing through, stop in and watch how they make Old Number 7. You'll love it. It's a great tour. So I'm going to take all this food and I'm going to put it in my bear bag. And this bear bag will hold all my food. And put it in. Then we'll tie this 550 paracord to the rock bag. Attach 550 to the clip. Chuck it over a limb. Now when you hang your bear bag, walk about 100, 200 yards away from your camp. Get it up at least 10 foot and at least 6 foot out on the limb. Don't hang it close to the main tree. The bear will climb the tree and you'll come back in the morning and all your food and your bear bag will be gone or in pieces at the base of the tree. Okay, now I'd like to show you my cook system. Everything is carried in this military satchel. It's waterproof. Everything you see here will be in that way for easy organization. When you want to cook a meal on the trail, you don't want to dig through your pack and have to find everything. So my cook pouch goes in there. This is my stove. This is a jet boil, basically a canister supplied stove. Everything will assemble inside this container right here. I hook it up, put my water in, and I'll start it up. Turn on the gas, hit the igniter. You have boiling water in under a minute. If I want to use my little pot, I hook that up. And I take my little pot, put it on there, and I can cook soup, cook any other item that's not in a pouch inside this. It's a great little setup. Organization is the key, once again. So in a Ziploc bag, I have various items from the MRE accessory packs. Salt and pepper, different beverage drinks, gum, 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C if you start to feel a little puny out on the trail, different base beverage drinks, raspberry lemonade, whatever, little bottles of Tabasco sauce. Just like in the kitchen when you use your different herbs and spices and that, sometimes you supplement these meals for your taste. Also, in one Ziploc bag, I have moist towelettes and MRE toilet paper. It's important while you're on the trail, keep your hands clean, especially when you're preparing a meal. Use some hand sanitizer or some moist towelettes to keep your hands clean before you handle any food. The different drinks that I have also in a Ziploc bag. I carry some cocoa just in case you get tired of coffee. The coffee that I do carry are these little Starbucks Via Instants, French roast and also Italian roast. Excellent coffee. I also use these Gatorade powder packs. Great electrolyte supplement. It's been so hot lately that if you don't stay hydrated and replenish your electrolytes, you'll cramp up. The 2-day hike we did last week, our little tune-up hike, very, very humid, but I did not get one muscle cramp, especially at night. So stay hydrated with your electrolytes. And also I carry the single packs of Kool-Aid. Sometimes you get tired of water and you just want something different. This is Tropical Punch Kool-Aid. Must be the kid in me, I don't know. But these taste pretty good when you're pretty thirsty. I also have in my cook bag an extra knife. I have lost knives in the woods before, come out of my pocket. You go to reach for it, it's not there. It can be sometimes a situation you don't want to find yourself in. So I carry a backup. This is a 5-in-1 ready for anything knife. Very sharp blade, serrated if I have to cut anything. Razor sharp blade. Little flashlight on there, LED flashlight. It has a belt cutter, a glass striker, and it also has a sparker. So, the ferro rod if I want to start a fire, if all the other methods fail. So that's my backup. Fire starters, I carry everything in a little Ziploc bag. Go-to organization. Of course, you have your standard matches. I have bunches of those. I also have my little Bic disposables. Then I found this thing called a blast match. It's very cool. You put it on the surface that you want. You get your tinder out. And you see it throws a pretty hot spark. Speaking of tinder, wet weather like we're going to have next week, these are paraffin-soaked pine bark fire starters. Burn 8 to 10 minutes. Burn even when they're wet. To get a fire started in damp conditions, wet conditions, when you're tired at the end of the day, can be, tedious, if not impossible. So I always carry you some fire starters. I also use Vaseline soaked cotton balls. Another good fire starter I like using is steel wool in a little transistor battery, little 9-volt transistor battery. It will cause that steel wool to burn very hot, and you put that right in your tinder. So all of this will go in my pack for cooking, easily organized. Since I'm hiking with my dog Shadow, I also have to feed him. He's a large German Shepherd. He requires a lot of calories too, because he carries a load. He carries, about 8 pounds. So what I take for him, what he likes on the trail, I use the Peak. It's a nutrient-dense dry food. And of course, I'll carry that in a Ziploc bag. And then he likes the Little Caesars. And I had to be not the cheap stuff, but I take the Little Caesars and I'll mix it with his dry food. He likes that. And he also eats the pedigree in the pouch. So no cans, no bulky stuff to take. And then of course for snacks, he's like a human, you know. He likes his snacks too. So he likes the real chicken jerky. That happens to be the Walmart brand he cares for. I buy it from Costco too. Of course the pepperoni sticks, he really likes those. And then of course I'll carry some milk bone gravy for him. So he gets, you know, he doesn't get food boredom on the trail. And also it's important, if you hike with your dog, give them a good joint supplement. This brand right here, I bought at Costco. It's Cosequin D5, MSM for their joints. And it has a good flavor and he thinks it's a snack. So, you know, you got to take care of your animals. If you're going to take them hunting with you, hunting, hiking, fishing, just whatever companionships. Shadow, tell everybody hi. He's resting up. He's ready to go. He really gets, you know, he gets bored and antsy if in between our hikes. But he rested up well Friday and Saturday. So he's itching to go again tomorrow. And we're going to head up there, like I said, again tomorrow. And he's excited. So in closing, this is the old Navy chief getting ready to go back out on the trail again. You know, I'll probably never get to through hike the Appalachian Trail, but I am going to get it state by state. Hopefully we'll have Georgia done by mid to late October. Try to get in a little North Carolina before the weather changes and gets bad. But if not, then, you know, we'll pick it back up in the spring when the weather breaks. So once again, it's the old Navy chief signing off. And fair winds and following seas. And get outdoors this fall, you know. Especially you seniors, you know, I'm 65. I'm not going to use the excuse and just sit in the couch. Though sometimes it is, you know, desirable. But, you know, I'm not going to fade away, not going to rust away. You know, going to be outdoors. So you can do it. You know, just, you know, take the precautions that you need to take. If you're a senior hiker like myself, you know, hike with a young person, someone that can help you if something should happen. But just enjoy nature. I check you on the flip side.